All right. After a rocky start, we're all here. Thanks to my friend's phone and his phone service. All right. Let's just begin. I need some deep breaths, so let's do some deep breaths. Let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh if you like. Ah. Make sure you're breathing into your belly. Ah. And just breathe comfortably now. Still deep into your belly, but you can let go of the audible sigh if you want to. And then just start to move your face around. Start to move your face and your neck, shoulders, getting comfortable. Maybe a yawn. Uh, it's just going to be one of those days. uh, I'm right by a horseshoe game, and a guy threw a horseshoe, and I thought he was going to start playing horseshoes. So we're just going to roll with it. This is just like life. You just never know what's going to happen. Okay. So we're going to actually start today with a certain type of breathing. And this is easier done sitting up. So find yourself in a chair or on a cushion. And it's alternate nostril breathing. We've done it before, and it can help if you're feeling unbalanced or ungrounded today. It can help you find some more grounding and more of a sense of balance. Um, the way that it's taught and the way to hold your hand in a certain mudra or a certain way, I want to really emphasize that if you have arthritis or you have pain in your hands, don't worry about holding your hands in a certain way. Just do what's comfortable, because really we're just going to be blocking one nostril and the other. If you don't have arthritis, you can do the hand movement how it's taught, and otherwise just do what's comfortable. Um, you can use your right hand. That's the way it's taught. But if your left hand works better, or you prefer it, just do that. So the hand mudra, as it's taught, is to put the middle finger and the pointer finger down. And then you have your ring finger and your pinky finger up and your thumb finger up. But again, if you have arthritis, if this is not comfortable, don't worry about it. Just pick two fingers, forefinger and thumb, maybe, to just block the nostrils alternately. Okay, so we're going to start with just some normal breathing in and out. And we're still going to maintain that sense of breathing down into the belly. So when we breathe in, the belly expands. So when we breathe in, the belly button moves forward. And when we breathe out, the belly button moves back towards the spine. So take whichever hand you're going to use and breathe out, exhale. Block your right nostril and breathe in through the left. Now block both nostrils and breathe out through your right nostril. Now in through the right. Block both, out through the left. In through the left. out through the right, in through the right, out through the left, in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left, in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. Drop both of your hands, rest, and just breathe normally and notice. Good. Now you may have noticed that one nostril was harder to breathe in and out of than the other. That's really normal. That changes with time of day. Or maybe you have allergies and you couldn't breathe at all through your nose, and then this whole exercise was probably just a moot point. So that's okay if that happened. We're gonna do it one more time, and you have a Kleenex. I'd encourage you to blow your nose if your nostrils were plugged at all. And if you're ever doing this on your own, there's plenty of videos, or you can come back to this one. But we always start breathing in on the left, and we always end on the left. And there's a yogic reason for that that I don't remember and I can't explain right now, so I'm not going to. But again, we're going to start on the left. So breathing out completely with both nostrils. And this time I'm not going to say the words so that you can go at your own pace, but we're going to start breathing in through that left nostril. So breathe out. And whenever you're ready, begin breathing in through the left. Whenever you find yourself breathing out through the left, you can be finished after that out breath. And slowly move to position you would like to meditate in, whether it's laying down or sitting up, but be comfortable. Get as comfortable as you can. Be at ease. And gaze can be soft and downward, or eyes can be closed, whatever you prefer. We're just going to begin by feeling the parts of your body that are contacting the ground or the furniture. Feel your feet, feel your buttocks, if you're laying down or against a chair, feel your back. And with each out breath, invite the body to soften a little bit more. For some of us who have a lot of muscle tension, it can be helpful to like tighten the body, tighten the face and the entire body, and then release. So you have a sense of what it feels like to have your muscles clenched and then released. For some, it's not necessary, and you can just, with the out breath, lean into a sense of the body softening. Pay particular attention to your face and your jaw at first. The mouth and the jaw, we often hold a lot of tension in this area of the body. Moving your awareness from the face down to the shoulders. Just noticing if you're scrunching up your shoulders and letting them fall. It happens naturally with the out breath. So you can breathe in, the shoulders rise slightly, and then notice as you breathe out how the shoulders naturally move downwards. Move your awareness now down the body to the chest wall. And notice that as you breathe, the chest wall actually expands in a three, it expands in 3D. So it's expanding forward, backward, and to the side. So see if you can notice how the chest wall is really expanding outwards in all directions. And then as you breathe out, it softens inward. And move your awareness once more down the body to your belly. And you might place a hand on the belly and notice that as you breathe in, the belly rises if you're laying down on your back. And if you're sitting upright, the belly should be moving out in front of you as you breathe in. If you're not getting a sense of this and you're sitting up, you might want to try it another time laying down. It's much easier to get a sense of the belly moving when you're laying down. And if you have tight pants on, I would really recommend when you're going to meditate not wearing tight clothing. Can just really be uncomfortable and constrict the breathing. So you're breathing in, belly is moving outward or upward if you're laying down. And when you breathe out, the belly softens, belly button moves towards the spine. And move your awareness down to the pelvic area, the buttocks, the inner thighs. This is another area where many of us hold a lot of tension that's often unconscious. We're often not aware of it. So just tune into this part of your body, imagining that you can breathe into the pelvis. And then as you breathe out, imagine all those muscles softening, relaxing, surrendering to gravity. And noticing the breath, noticing the simplicity of the in and the out. Today we're going to do a practice called loving kindness meditation. It's done in many different ways, so this is just one version. But I'm going to have you take a moment and feel into something you're really longing for or desiring in your life right now. Maybe you're longing for a sense of feeling loved or feeling belonging, or maybe you're longing, maybe things have been really difficult lately and you're longing for ease or peace. Maybe your health has been difficult and you're longing for health. So just take a moment and tune into maybe two things that you're really longing for yourself in your life right now. And if you're not able to think of what you're really wanting or longing for, you can use the phrases, may I be at ease, and may I know that I am loved. Or you can use your two phrases. You're just going to have two simple phrases, and they begin with may I. So for example, may I be at ease. May I know that I am loved. So formulate your two phrases in your mind. And we're just going to start with one at first. So if you're doing the phrases that I've suggested, we're going to start with may I be at ease. Or pick your first one. And you can coordinate the phrase with your breath. So while you're breathing in, you're going to inwardly say this phrase, imagining that it is true. Imagining, for example, if you're wanting ease, that there is ease in your life. Imagining if you're wanting to be healthy, that you have vibrant health. So you're using your imagination and you're saying the words inwardly. We're just going to do this for about a minute together. So in this case, we often use the breath as our object of concentration, but the phrase is the object of concentration. And imagine if you were full of ease, how would that feel in your imagination? Or if you were full of health, or you felt belonging, connection, how would that feel? And it may be a stretch. It might be hard to imagine that. And if that's the case, don't worry about it. Just say the phrases. Go ahead and begin. Releasing that first phrase and shifting to your second phrase. And if you were following along with me, that second phrase is, may I know that I am loved. May I know that I am loved, or whatever phrase you have. And again, you're imagining what it might feel like if this were true. We're imagining that this is already true. And again, if that's too hard, just repeat the phrases. Just repeat the phrase, this one phrase again and again. And then I'll cue you in a little bit. Go ahead and begin. Releasing that phrase. And now shifting to imagine someone that you love. This could be a human, it could be an animal, it could be a tree, it could be a plant, it could be someone you've met, it could be someone that you hold as a teacher or a guide or a religious figure. So it might be someone that you just really care about that's easy to send good wishes to. And I want you to pick the phrase that you feel most drawn to from the first round. Pick whichever one you feel most drawn to, whichever one comes to mind most strongly. And imagine this being, person, animal, plant. Imagine this being in front of you and say this phrase to them. So it might look like, may you know that you are loved, or whatever your preferred phrase is. And we're just going to repeat that over and over again, directing this energy of loving kindness towards this being. So go ahead. while you're doing this, you might imagine that as you breathe in, this can get a little complicated. So if you're if you're happy with how it's going now, just leave it be. But if you want to add a step, you can imagine that you're breathing in all the love and kindness from the universe through the crown of your head. So you're breathing it in. And as you breathe out, you direct your wish towards this being. So it's not necessarily even coming from you, it's coming through you. So you don't have to generate anything. You're just absorbing loving kindness from the universe, and then you're breathing it out, sending this wish on your breath to this being in front of you that you care about. Now you're going to shift to imagining a neutral person. So this could be someone that you don't know very well, maybe the cashier at the grocery store you were checking out this morning. Maybe it's somebody you see on your morning walk, perhaps a neighbor you don't know well, a neutral person. So somebody that you don't necessarily have an attraction to or an aversion to. And once again, you're going to use the same phrase, breathing in the loving kindness from the universe and breathing out the wish towards this being. And again, it could be a tree that you haven't spent much time noticing, a neutral tree. So beginning to send this wish towards this neutral being. And shifting once more, releasing the image of the neutral person. And for a moment, bringing to mind somebody that maybe you're having some difficulty with right now. And this one can be tough, but seeing if you can remember that this being likely has their own hardships, they have their own difficulties that they're going through. And if there's difficulty between you and this being, it's likely that perhaps some of the ways they're behaving towards you may be from a place of their own suffering. And so see if you can find even the tiniest bit of compassion. If you can't, that's okay. It may just be directing the phrases at them, imagining that even if they've behaved in ways that are hurtful to you, maybe if they felt love or ease or kindness, perhaps they wouldn't be behaving in that way. And if this feels too challenging for you today, you don't have to do it. Everything is optional, of course. And if you're picking the hardest person in your life, maybe pick somebody who's not so hard. Maybe somebody who's just a little difficult. And again, breathing in all the loving kindness from the universe so you don't have to create anything. And breathing it out and directing your wish, whatever it was, at this being, towards this being. Releasing the image of this being. You can always come back and do more of this if you'd like. And now, if it feels right, putting one or both hands on your heart. And just for a few more breaths, breathing in the loving kindness of the universe. And again, directing your one phrase towards yourself. Knowing that when we nourish and care for ourselves, we're in a much better position to be loving and kind to others. Breathing in your phrase to yourself. Releasing your hands. I'd like to just dedicate the merit of our practice today. May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Whenever you're ready, opening your eyes. Thanks for joining today. Thanks for the hearts.